Now, let us assume that the exchange rates change and understand how the demand and supply works here. In order to look at the demand and supply, let us look at both of them separately. Demand curve. Let us try to depict the exchange rate on two axes. Axis X is the quantity of one currency, say pound, and the axis Y represents the rate, that is, price, at which this currency can be exchanged with another currency, say dollar. The above curve shows the demand curve for pounds for island Y. Since we are measuring the price of the pound, the exchange rate, that is, price of pound in dollars, is on the vertical axis, and we are representing it as dollars per pound, that is, dollars or pounds. It is the price of a pound in terms of dollars. So, movements up the vertical axis represent an increase in the exchange rate R, that is, depreciation in the value of the dollar, as we have to pay more dollars now to buy pounds. This upward movement also represents an appreciation in value of the pound. As we have to pay more dollars for buying pounds, that is, pound is more expensive in terms of dollar. Similarly, movements down the vertical axis represents a decrease in the exchange rate R, that is, appreciation in the value of dollar, as we have to pay few dollars to buy pounds. This downward movement also represents depreciation in the value of pound, as we have to pay less dollars for buying pounds, that is, pound is now cheap in terms of dollars. The horizontal axis represents quantity of pounds demanded at various prices, that is, exchange rates. The curve is a normal downward sloping demand curve, indicating that as the exchange rate decreases, Y island people have to spend less dollars to buy pound. That is, depreciation of pound, the quantity of pounds demanded by Y island inhabitants increases. The reason for increase in demand of pounds in Y island because of depreciation in its value is little intuitive to understand. Basically, the decline in value of pound will make its goods, which are denominated in pound, cheaper for Y island people, and hence they will demand more and more goods and services of X island. However, to buy X island pound denominated products, Y island people have to convert their dollars into pounds, which finally will get reflected in terms of increased demand for pounds. Can you give some examples to explain how depreciation and appreciation of pounds is impacting the demand for X island goods and services in Y island? Yes, for sure. Let's take the case of exchange rate downward movement, which is representing appreciation of dollar and depreciation of pounds. For Y island inhabitants, X island goods are less expensive when the pound is cheaper and the dollar is stronger, as they have to spend fewer dollars to buy pounds. Suppose the price of X island jeans in Y island is 25 pounds. Let's assume current exchange rate is 2:1. That is, $2 is equal to 1 pound. In this scenario, Y island people will have to spend $50 to buy the jeans, which is worth 25 pounds. Now, suppose exchange rate depreciate to 1.2:1, that is, $1.2 is equal to 1 pound. In this scenario, Y island people have to spend only $30 to buy jeans worth 25 pounds. So, because of depreciation in the value of pound, the demand for X island product increase in Y island, which finally results in more demand for its currency. In case of appreciation, suppose current exchange rate is changed from 2:1 to 3:1, that is, Y island people have to spend $1 more to buy pound, and hence they have to spend $75 to buy the jeans worth £25. So, because of appreciation in the value of pound, the demand for its products decreases in Y island, and consequently, the demand for pound will also decrease. So, when exchange rate decreases, demand for goods and demand for currency increase. If exchange increases, then demand for goods and demand for currency decrease.